plaintiff, Lisa Sheridan, dated the defendant, but she feels as though she dodged a bullet by not marrying him. Lisa is suing because 4.5 years ago, the defendant started a fire in their apartment, and she was charged for the damages. Defendant Abraham Morrissey says he hasn't seen Lisa or his son in 4 years, and he believes Lisa is intentionally keeping his child from him. Abraham insists the apartment fire was a freak accident, and therefore he denies responsibility.
Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I dodged a major bullet because we didn't end up getting married. You know, he's lazy, he can't hold down a job. How
long you all date?
We dated almost 2 years.
When?
We started dating in 2006, about October, November 2006, and we broke up in September of 2009.
Did he work?
8.
Did he work during that time at all?
He did. He had a job. He worked at Arby's. That's where we met. He quit without having another job. I was pregnant at the time.
How long was he out of work?
He was out of work for probably about 3 months.
Okay.
Then he's got a job working at another company. He ended up getting laid off there.
How long did he begin work after that?
It was probably another 2 or 3 months.
Okay. Well, you act like the man is lazy and shiftless and don't want to work. The man went to get a better job.
No.
And then the other, the second job wasn't better?
He made more money.
Yeah, then that means better.
But, yes.
Then he was laid off, and then a couple of months later, he got another job. That's not a person that's lazy and shiftless, man. They say I'm hard on men. I am hard on the lazy, shiftless, abusive men, but I stick up for the guys who are trying to do their best, and he's one of them in terms of work.
Okay. He was constantly partying, having his friends over. They were drinking. You know, he was smoking weed. He got so drunk one night that he tripped over the bassinet with our son sleeping in it. So
that true?
No, I don't ever recall that.
Yeah, because you were drunk and high. You wouldn't if you're drunk and high. Go ahead.
You know, he decided to make mushrooms one day and left the apartment with the oil going, and it caused the fire. And so it caused the fire, and then we ended up getting evicted because of it.
Sir, let me get some background from you.
Basically, Judge, this all started, about 4 years ago, because I haven't seen her nor my son in the last 4 years. And this all started over a freak accident. I was making fried mushrooms one day, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I left the stove unattended, but I did turn the burner off. I left the pan of hot oil still sitting on that burner, so it kept going. And next thing I know, I smelled smoke in the bathroom, and I jumped up off the toilet, and
Too much information, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And there was flour still sitting there, so I grabbed a big handful of flour, I threw it on the fire, it went out. I had opened up the front door, got the dog out of the apartment, called the office and the fire department, explained what had happened. Office was mad, because it was a fire on their stove. She was like, we need you guys out in a week, and that was fine, because towards that time, our lease was just about up. And she wanted to move in with her dad, and at that time, I didn't feel comfortable with that.
Everything was fine before then?
No, it wasn't. There was a lot of issues. I was drinking, young and dumb. And
there was also, from what I understand, he left the apartment to go downstairs to the first floor apartment to hang out with some of the guys down there.
Very good. All right, don't do that anymore. All right, go ahead. Ma'am, you act like the man is a monster. So let's get to the rent and property damage you're suing him for.
The rent, we had 6 months left on our lease, and they ended up having new tenants move in January, so they prorated our January rent, and then they took off our February rent because they were able to get somebody to move in. So those totaled up to $3,760.
The total?
For that rent, yes. And then with all the damages, painting, general cleaning, carpet, the range, oven, the microwave and the cabinets, that totaled $4,310.
All right, did you have to pay it?
Yes, I paid all of it.
See it. Let me see your receipts and the evidence. Sir, what do you say?
I'm not denying that this fire didn't happen, but As I said, I haven't heard from her in the last 4 years, let alone seen a letter.
Yeah, what's that about? You're not seeing your son, or what have you?
I've made multiple contacts, to get a hold of her, from messages to messages on her Facebook, and yeah, she's refused my phone calls, and it's pretty much been a keep away game.
Ma'am?
I lived in the same house for almost 5 years with the same telephone number for almost 5 years. Yes, he tried to Facebook me twice, but he didn't ask to really see him. He asked for his aunt to see him.
And what'd you say?
I didn't respond to it. I was at work.
All right, what about when you got off?
I didn't respond to it
Okay.
because I didn't feel that he wanted to see his son.
Sounds like you are withholding visitation of his son. That's terrible, ma'am. That is absolutely terrible. The liability you're suing him about. How long has this been?
About 4 years, Your Honor.
It was
4
three
years?
and a half.
Yeah, almost 4 years now.
Let me look. I can see what it. This is September of 08. That happened 4.5 years ago.
Right.
Why
and
are
I
you
was
just not
rounding.
suing him for it?
Because I was told I had to pay it off before I could try and sue
know.
him. So now that I paid it off, that's
Who told
why.
you that?
The collection company
Did
told
you
me
discuss
that.
paying it off with him?
With him? No, I couldn't.
Why?
Because after he moved out of his aunt's house, I had no way of getting hold of him.
No, you remember he reached out to you on the Facebook.
Yes,
Remember you
and
said that?
I do remember I said that.
Because you
And-
went beyond the statute of limitations, and that's your problem. 4.5 years. And unfortunately, to me, it sounds like your primary reason was dodging him to keep him from his son. But dodging him to keep him from his son has cost you $4 grand. Case dismissed.
All I can say is you better lace up your boots. It's going to get deeper.
All right, I'm ready. Well, if he can prove that he wants to see him, since we tried the whole,
I'm not one of those guys running the street, no,
son,
not paying his child support. I'm here.
And would every once in a while come and pick him up. Well, if he wants to see his son, then take me to court, and I will be happy for you to see your son.
You'll get the papers next week?
That's fine. And by the way, the only reason I get child support is because it's garnished from your paycheck.
I'm not running from it.